Sure.
So unfortunately, this is extra roped off, and so we can't get up on it. However, there are lovely people who are going behind the scenes right this second.
I'm sorry, man.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
I, obviously you have a relationship with this quilt.
It's my quilt.
It's your quilt. So I was just saying
Uh-huh.
that I'm live on YouTube, and I was
Oh.
just saying that we're back so far that we can't grasp,
Yes.
you can't understand how cool this is because we're back so far.
Yeah.
If you come
You know
around
what?
here to the side, you can get a good shot.
I
Or
would,
step over the
I would
rope.
love to get I just want
Let
to
me
get
get
a.
my gloves.
Go
and
ahead.
I'll show you
Oh, I'm
the
excited.
now.
We're getting special treatment.
But you have to have the gloves for that.
No, I just want everybody to see how extraordinary this is, but I'm just back a little far.
Yeah, they did. They put them back pretty far.
They did for us to,
Because you really,
you have to, and you just need to be arm's length away. You don't have to be this far away. Okay, guys, I'm gonna step in and we're gonna hang out with the quilt for a moment so that we can see. Okay, I'm coming in with you. All right, there we go. Look at this detail. Oh my goodness. So now you can really see what's happening. Look at the color. Oh my goodness, you did thread changes in the bobbin.
hmm
Who does thread changes in the bobbin, guys?
No, it's all. It's
Oh,
the same colors
on the
that
front and the
are-
back. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
just it shows on the back
Wow.
in this light.
This is
But it's
so
all,
cool.
yeah, it's different colored threads in each area.
I love, and they all know your girl loves a thread change. I love thread changes so much. Okay, I want to get in on this quilting in the front here.
Okay.
Look at how, there it is. There's the meat and potatoes right there. And this was done by machine, right?
Yep. This is the designer of the software right here.
Ooh, hi designer of the software.
It's a Gamble
Oh boy.
Statler.
Oh,
with
the big
Creative
guns.
Studio 7 software.
The Gamma, the big guns, guys.
Yep, it is.
That's the heavy
can do
duty.
anything.
That's the serious machine there. All right. Carol, you like it? Me too. You guys, thank you so much for letting me pop
welcome.
in. I appreciate
Don't
it.
trip.
Oh, no,
Don't
I'm
trip.
not. You're
No,
so much.
You're welcome.
No, I'm just plop right up. Thank you so much,
You're
guys. I
welcome.
appreciate
Nice
it.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay. This one here is beautiful. This is by Sue Sherman. Hey, Joanne. Totally stunning, Charlotte. Well, just you wait. Hang out with me. We're going to hang out for we're going to do about an hour and a half. And I will not be able to show you this entire show, but I am going to be able to show you what's going on. I'm going to try to just grab, I don't know. We'll just hang out and see what we get. Now, they have decided to display these this way, which is not helpful for us. So I don't know whose is whose exactly. Oh, Veronica, no worries. You know I've got your back. So this is first place in the miniature. And I'm gonna have to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is called horseback riding. You guys see that? Okay, so that one's the one that went first. This one won second, and we are in the miniature quilts category. And I believe this one is done by, what is this? And then the next one is by Joanne Love. And this one won third place. So pretty. Come on in. We're sharing the show. No worries. This is just a beautiful piece, and this one is done by Naomi Ida, and she was on the card that I showed you guys before. This is really pretty. Super pretty pastels. The quilting is gorgeous. All right, guys, where should we go next? Let's go down this way. Let's go to the back. Take a look at all the quilts while we're walking by. Should we get into the piece category? To the right, these big, beautiful pieced pieces. Some of these pieces you guys will remember from Pacific International that we just did because I have seen some repeaters. Let's see. What should we do? Where should we go? I had a plan. I had a plan. My plan has just gone to I don't know what. Let's check out the pieced category. I like this guy. Let me step back so you can see it in its entirety. And it's covered in Swarovskis, which you guys know I'm a fan of sometimes when done tastefully. This one's by Marilyn Badger. Actually, we're going to take a shot of all the next three. These are the next three. And let's get in on Marilyn's. Can you guys see this? Beautiful quilting and embellishments. Can you guys see that? This section right here is insane. Oh, we have some applique. Interesting. I wonder how these butterflies, are these butterflies patches that have been sewn on? I'm not exactly sure. Okay. And here's another one. And there are some people who are enjoying the show over there, so I'm gonna just step back. Oh. All right. Look at these big, beautiful trapunto applique pieces on the side. And we've got some gorgeous quilting. Yeah, I'm seeing definite repeats. I mean, you could pretty much drop that show in this show. There are definite repeats. It's like the quilters have them on a quilter circuit. This one that we're looking at now is by Barb Sorensen. Definite repeats. Let's check this guy out.
Oh yeah, that's
And this one here is by Judy Woodworth. I love the use of these triangles right here in the border. They're dimensional, they're not sewed down. They are tucked in the binding. Beautiful quilting, applique, needle turned. Great use of color, prints. I don't think I see any solids in here, even though some read as solids. Look at that. It's a really nice composition. Look at how that feather goes through. Somebody did some awesome feather work. All right, let's look at this guy here. Oop, let's come up a little bit. There we go. This one is done. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This one's done by Mary Suit with Diana Larson as the quilter. Look at the quilting in the border. Now here we've got some beading embellishment in the crosshatch. I like it. This feels very royal. That little detail right there makes this feel very, very, very expensive. Super duper expensive. Interesting. An interesting shape to come off like this with this little tip. And also, look at the shape of the roses. It's not a typical shape that you usually see when people piece flowers. And the color change. It's interesting. It's interesting in how they added dimension. Okay, and remember, we're in the piecing category right now. Let's keep on trucking. Oh, no, Audrey Essere from a mile away. That would be her right there. And here we have Nancy Goodman. Let's see. It is very difficult to get. We are too far along in life to not have these just right next to the quilt. It would be so much better for everybody. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is pretty. Nancy Goodman. Look at the triangles. So nice. This is by Rhonda Mulford. I like the change in background on each one. On the camera, it's looking a lot more noticeable than it does in person. Let's look at this up close. What an interesting fabric choice. I love that it's not the same old, same old. I've never seen a fabric like this before. I'm a fan. Let's keep going in the pieced category. It's nice. That one was by Lenny Van Eek, I think. This one that we're looking at now is by Karen Grace. And the next one will be Rebecca Lauren. This is stunning in person. Beads, and not beads, these are buttons that are going across this quilt. There's tons of buttons. Okay. This is pretty. Subtle in color. It's nice. This is nice. Nice composition. Joyful Poinsettias by Brenda Roach.
Man told me I needed a bigger cart. He said, it's my niece's stuff. Have you seen her? Oh, she took off walking. She wanted to take off walking. I like the way they did that all dark and a little lighter on the border.
Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. I think this one is done by Victoria Finley Wolf with Shelley, and it is a big guy. Woo. This is absolutely gorgeous.
And he is.
And let's see.
What he's pushing. This is so cute. I know, right? We're leaving.
All this guy. Pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty.
All those little, yes, little teeny tiny pieces.
Tiny, 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 tiny log cabins, guys. Tiny, tiny. And that won first place. And I think that's, whose name is that? Oh, it is Amy Pabst. All right. We've seen this one before. This was at, I think this was at Long Beach. I feel like I saw this one in Long Beach. I like it because I want to say it's satin. I think this is made out from satin. It's beautiful feather work in the middle. Nice striping and beautiful quilting in the center. It's gorgeous. So pretty. Where are we going now? Oh, let's see. That's applique. I think this is still pieced.
Yes. Because when I looked at it, I am only now, so it was exact.
These are some good sized quilts here. This is by Luz. I think that's Hinduster. And Kelly Spell. Juggling act. What a cute way to describe this. Juggling act. I feel like we've seen this one too. This is by Colleen Carlson. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Juggling Act is by Kelly Spell. This one here is by Heather Preger. Oh, this is a nice one. Again, huge quilts. I like that. You guys know I like a big quilt. I like a little one too, but I like a big one. I don't like the super tiny ones, but I like one that's like 53 by like 30. Look at the thread changes. You know your girl loves a thread change. I like the background work on here. Still in the pieced category. These are kind of like those one block wonders, except for they look like mini blocks. So pretty. And this is done by Patricia Caton, or Catan, and this one here is by Nancy Goodman. And this one won, I think, third place in the piecing category. Yeah, this one won third place. All about the piecing here. This is a cool composition. Oh. I like this one. I really, really love what's happening in the center and how it steps off from the orange to the yellow to the orange again. It's pretty cool. I'm a fan. Let's look here. This one's by Paula Doyle. Not where it's open, where you can see that drink. No, yeah. But thank you for asking. All right, and then this one won second place. And this is by Ruth. A Hole, I think. That's how you say it. Look at this border work. My goodness. Again, second place in the piecing. Okay. Ooh, color, 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 color. This is gorgeous. That's by Michelle Rambo. Let's see here. This is by Sarah Ann Smith. No, that's wrong. This is by Setsuko Oki. The pink and gray one was by Sarah Ann Smith. Let's look at this pink and gray one more time. Look at the hand quilting, the big stitch quilting that went in the triangles. I like the way this is quilted too. How it's following the triangle. And it's off center. I like this quilt. I just like it. Okay, let's go see. Where are we going? Let's go check these out. There's quite a few that I just don't want you to miss. I think we saw this one at Long Beach. I think. I could be wrong. I feel like we did. Beautiful needle turned applique work. And this is this is traditional, this one in traditional art, first place.
Yeah, the guy that does the optical illusion stuff. Yeah, you look at the picture.
And then the one next to it won the best in modern.
When you look at the
first
picture,
place in modern.
Are they waiting for me? Is that why you're here?
And again, it won first place in modern. And it's by Susan McKinney.
Are they up there already? Huh? Are they up there already?
All right, let's keep it moving over here. I know for sure I saw this in Long Beach because it's by one of my favorite artists. And of course, this is by Carol Breyer. Who is probably one of the best color artists in the world. Probably. She uses color better than everybody else in my opinion. She's just gifted. There are some others that I think are great, and we're going to see some of them today. Just keep hanging with me. This is by Lou Ellen Hassold, and she won Best in Art Quilt. It's an art quilt. I think we've seen this one before. You guys want to look for Lone Stars? I love a Lone Star. This is by Sheila Bishop. And this one here is by Carol. Um, I'm sorry, I'm gonna just move. We've got some conversations over there that we probably don't need to be in. All right, let's look over here at these. These are huge. That looks like it's double my height. This one, Dead Center, is by Krista Moser, which is a trip because it's not a color story that I associate with Krista Moser. I was shocked to find out that that was her quilt. So this one that I'm walking toward is by Linda Cooper. This next one is by Lori Latta, quilted by Susan Smith. And this one is Ann Dawson, Lone Stars. One day, I'm gonna make a Lone Star. Ah, it's quilted by Krista Moser. So this one has been quilted by Krista Moser. It was pieced by Barbara Snyder. This one was also quilted by Krista Moser. This one here. And then this other big guy. When I say big, I mean big.
Beautiful.
It is. I love the colors.
Tulip pink.
I was just gonna say, you don't see a Lone Star with tulip pink so often.
You wouldn't think so.
No. All right. This is a huge, beautiful. Huh, really is tulip pink. Okay. Oh, I see one behind me that's gorgeous, but I think is it an improv or piece? We're jumping around. We're chasing beauty. Extraordinary. I know, right? With the Tula? Okay. Look at this. And I am not always the biggest fan of improv. Like, I struggle with it sometimes, but I sure like that. That's by Hillary Goodwin. It's called Fire and Ice. This one here is by Marcy DeBatz. And it looks like it was quilted by a lot of different people, which is interesting. Quilted by... How is this possible? How could this be quilted by so many people? For straight line. Oh, that's interesting. Just in case you guys think I'm crazy, look. It's quilted by all those people. So maybe everybody took a line so that they could all be part of it. Who knows? Interesting though. I like the color story being told here, but you guys know how much I love black and white. This is nice. And we've got this guy. I love this. This one has a QR code in the bottom left and a barcode. Barcode and a QR code. And it's by Michelle Renee Charbonneau. Charbonneau, maybe? All right, let's go this way. Look at all the Lone Stars. There are so many quilts here. There is just no way that we will be able to see them all in an hour and a half. But be sure to check back because you guys know I do a snippet of my favorites. This is sponsored by Wonderfill. This is pretty. Cute little guys. More big, beautiful Lone Stars.
I think she's an LSU fan.
I can see why one might think so. All right. We've seen this guy, one of my favorites. Oh, we've seen both of these now that I think about it. From at Pacific. No, at Long Beach. Might have seen all of these in Long Beach. This one here is by Kathleen Rathvon, and it's quilted by Krista Moser. And this is by Ann Dawson. Lone Stars. Okay, where are we going next? Let's go this way. We're just taking our time. There was something over here that had caught my eye earlier today. What was it? I don't remember. The Modern Quilt Guild Points of View from QuiltCon 2022. Interesting. I thought there was something over here. This is interesting. This is by Allison Lockwood. And we will slowly pan. We've seen this guy before, but it might have been at QuiltCon or something. I think this one is by Christine Perigo. Shande, you were wondering if I was going to come? I'm in here. I am in here. It was calling me. I just couldn't stay away. Where there are quilts, there should be me. In theory, right? This is cool. Some of these fabrics, oh, they are, all of them are satin. Oh, they're nice. This is by, one, two, three. I think this is this a log cabin? This is Log Cabin by Geraldine Warner. I like it. It's really cool when you get closer and you can see that it is satin fabrics. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. We're doing spot looking today. We're gonna just spot look at it. We'll spot something and go toward it. Just hang with me while I walk around. Okay, the quilt all the way to the right is by Diana Fox. This one here is by Judy Powell. Oh, it's clean. You know, I've never worked with a silk or a, that's not true. That's not true. Somebody was going to be like, yes, you did on your Perilla de Ville. But I think I want to work with it more because the texture and color that these people are getting is gorgeous. This one is by Melissa DeLeon Mason. And we all know Laura Heine. No, that's wrong, Laura Heine. I don't even know who. This is Hannah Lowe. I think it's Lodi. Remember, we got a chance to talk to her at a very small show in the Beach Cities where we were first introduced to this. and I have over 100 comments asking me who made this and how to get in on the block of the month, which I believe you can still jump in if you like. There's a kit, and I wish that I had gotten it because I think that's such a cool quilt. This is a big guy, and this is by Diana Fox. Laura Heine, I know Laura Heine. She's the one who makes all that applique. I don't know what I was just thinking. What was I just thinking, guys? We're gonna just do a quick spin in here. And that's not because I don't think that everybody's stuff is amazing and enjoys highlights, but we're just trying to get through this whole show before they kick me out. It's very modern in here. Have we seen this before? I don't know. Shout out if you see something that you really like. I'd like to know what you guys are digging. Ooh, the use of color in that corner is so cool. That's by Carolina Onedo, called Watercolor 2. I like that. I like it. Okay, so we've got some more traditional stuff straight ahead, but we're gonna veer this away. No, we're not. Nope, told the story. We're going this way. Why, you say? Because this is a celebration of color. And you know I should be where there is a celebration of color. Because I love color. It's all good. Debbie, you're right. Okay, good. Because I was like, well, they've made it kind of funky. This one is by Karen Grace Fisher. The one I just showed you is by Nadia Corley, I believe. Where are we going? Oh, the paint chips. Am I going to walk across to the paint chips? Yep, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go look at these paint chips. Might be like viewer's choice. It's so genius. Are you guys like me? Do you just go pick up paint chips from Home Depot and just look at them? I have the Pantone color cards and I still love playing with paint chips. This is by Emily Parson. It's called Paint Chip Love, and I too share her love of paint chips. Oh, I just showed you Mosako Suda. Look at the top of that. And then it goes through the sides. I like this. Nice. Abstract to my left. I think we're still celebrating color, maybe. No, this is abstract. We ventured into abstract. If you see one that I glanced over and you really want to know who it is, you let me know and I'll double back. Still looking at abstract quilts here. Is this black or is this brown? I think it's black, but it's coming up kind of a brown color on screen. This one is by Wendy Starn. And this one, Bobbin France Judges Choice Award. I just saw a comment. I totally missed it. What did it say? What did you say? I'm brave. Near the ballpark right now? Well, I am close to the ballpark, but I'm in here. And my hotel is it's just a block away. And so if I had to drive, I wouldn't be down here. I would not. The minute I saw this, I was like, is this Sheila Frampton Cooper's? But it's inspired by Sheila. And it is made by Jan Souls. And it's definitely got Sheila vibes to it with Jan's work. I mean, I get it. I like it. I like it. Okay. We're definitely going over here because my favorite artist, my favorite quilter is over there. My favorite piecer is over there. So we're going to go. But there's someone enjoying their work right now. Did you guys just see me do a full circle? That happened. Let's sit with these while we let her enjoy my favorite current quilter. You guys ready for my favorite? Oh, she's coming. Sheila's one of my favorites too. As a matter of fact, Sheila's work is behind me right next to my other favorite. What? They're together. We are still in the abstract category. Okay, now let's go see my favorite quilter. Right there. Can you guys name it? You guys know who did that? Come on, you guys know. It's all I talk about. My last quilt that I've shown was inspired by her. And don't be surprised if we just stand here for 5 minutes and we go on and on and on about Jane Sassaman. I can't believe that I get a chance to experience not one, I think there's like 4 of her quilts in this show. And yeah, I am obsessed with her right now. This one is called Radiance. Most of her stuff is inspired by botanical influence. I think that next year I'm going to try to take a class with her so that I can really, really do something. I want to, she's so amazing. Oh, she won second place for this one. And then over here is Sheila. I like Sheila's work. She's amazing. It's raw. It's raw edge, I think. Mm-hmm. Go Sheila.
Another sassy.
Okay. Let's go this way. Ooh, who did this? Look at this, guys. Whoever did it won second place. Look at this.
Allard.
Oh, how did I not know that? She's right. It is Carol. It's Carol Breyer. I missed it. I should have known. I don't know how I didn't know. Wow. Oh, I like it so much.
Wow. She is cool.
Yeah, I'm just standing here looking at it. I don't remember seeing this earlier today. It's the gradation in the circles that crosses with the other thing for me. Don't worry. No worries. Simple quilting. Just all about composition and color. God, she's good. We've got Carrie Green over here. The large piece. And we're still in the abstract. Ooh, Carol is different, you guys. Look at that. The purple goes through the yellow and it's still all gradiated and it still all goes. I gotta go sit with that. When we get off of here, we're gonna have to go sit with that for a moment and try to wrap my brain around it, because obviously I'm having a moment because I didn't see that earlier. I try not to get confused. Obviously I'm spinning in circles. Can you see that person over there? Look in the corner. There's a lady with short hair. Oh, I'm not meaning to point. Oh, we missed it. We're gonna go look because she won best in everything. She won the big prize. Let's go look at her. As I was pointing. Oh, she's walking away. Oh, she's walking away. That's her walking that way. Okay. I didn't chase properly. But here's her quilt. You guys are going to have to go back and look at my individual video about this to really understand what it is that you're looking at and why it won first. Because videos, pictures, and barely being in person don't allow you to understand this quilt. So you're going to have to look at my individual video about that. Sorry about that. Geeked out about Carol's quilt and then tried to geek out again and failed. I get moved. I get excited, guys. Okay, look at this quilt. Ooh. It's big and it's beautiful. This is done by, it's called Thoughts of Beautiful Hawaii by Yamada Kazuko in Japan. So pretty. The little dots, different colors going through it. Oh. I'm just bouncing all around. See what happens when I get excited? Lose my mind. This is a nice one here. Lots of cave. This is by Aiko Saito, and we are in the hand quilted, handmade category. Sashiko Shiban, again from Japan, in the handmade category. Hand done. Hand and hand some more. Who's hand doing feathers? Wow. Amazing. Where are we going now? Let's bank right. This is a piece in the handmade category by Masako Sanada. Riverside, California in the house. What's up, Judy? Riverside. Where are we gonna go? Let's go to the right. I try not to be intrusive, guys. Where there are a lot of people gathering, I try to not mess with them. Thanks, Judy. I'm glad you got a chance to hang out with me a little bit. This uses the largest rhinestones that I've ever seen used in a quilt. It won Judge's Choice Award. Those are huge. Those have got to be like 6mm. I don't know how big they are. Let me not stop. Let me just stop. But they're big. And interesting enough, I'm capturing them on camera, which I'm not always able to do. That's interesting. How those capture and the smaller ones don't. Or maybe those are legit Swarovskis where maybe other people are using bargain ones. Let's see. Who made this? This is machine applique, hand quilted, embellished. This is by Marjorie Hedges. Not the one that we're looking at, the carousel one that won Judge's Choice, but those are shooting off like bolts of lightning in my eye. I'm gonna assume that those are legit Swarovskis, which are very difficult to get nowadays. They are being very particular about them. And then supposedly if you use them, you are not supposed to say that you did, yada, yada, yada. There's rules behind that right now, controversy. We are in Pictorial Small, and this won first place. It's art. Wow, look at the shadow. It's the shadows for me, I think. The shadow under the frog or lizard. That's a lizard. Wow, amazing. Let's go this way. This is third place in the hand done category. Let's Let's look at this handwork up close. I like this. I think I just like anything with a fish though. I'm partial to fish quilts and fish shapes. I'm gonna actually make a couple of 3D fish for my husband and just hide them in random places around the house and see if he notices. Because I'm that kind of wife. But I'm just gonna put them everywhere. I saw a really cute pattern for them and he likes to fish, so I'm just gonna make a bunch of them with my scraps. Something to do with scraps. Still in the handmade category. Ooh, look at the ombre on that top one. You know your girl loves ombre and she loves the thread change. This one is by, the first one that won was by Hideko Kawai. And the second one is by Mika Mizuno with 15 friends from a class in Osaka, both Japan. That one? Should I do this one? Or the fish? Ooh, look at the use of the ombre fabric. So it's light and it goes to dark right there. You're making me laugh out loud about the fish. Yeah. I wonder if he'll be like, why? Because I'm really going to put them in very random places, like in a sock drawer, like right next to his bathroom stuff. Maybe I'll put one in his fishing tackle. I don't know, but I'm doing it. It's happening because that's the kind of wife that I am. I keep him on his toes, that's for sure. Ooh, look at all these flowers that have been done. This is called Camellia Full Bloom by Mishoko Yamamoto. All handwork. What an interesting fabric. It's like speckled right here. Is that, I don't, did she throw bleach at it to give it some texture? And this one is by Hiromi Suzuki. And it's very interesting to see the gradations in this too. I'm wondering how we achieve this light color that's going around. Maybe through paint, maybe through bleach work. Not sure. Also hand done. Yoshimi Suzuki did this one, and it's called Shining Rose.
I'm gonna go. Okay. Okay, we'll meet you back at the table. Yes, ma'am.
Hand dyed. Yeah, but yeah, maybe it was folded in a way they gave it that. Yeah, I could see that. It could be absolutely hand dyed. You're right. It was maybe folded in fourths, and that way she got the symmetry and then worked within what she got after it was hand dyed. That makes sense. Why do I make things so complicated? I wish you could have been in my head while I had her airbrushing around the stuff and masking stuff off. Not seriously, but kind of. It's kind of that bad. I really like this one. I like what's done in this negative space to show off the hand quilting. This is by Kayoko Someya. So this one and the next one that I'm going to show you is both by the same person. It's the negative space for me with hand quilting. Like, really? Did you just get loose with hand quilting in negative space? Like, what? It's insane. This is insane. Definitely going to make the favorites because she just let us have it with that, just so y'all know. Okay. I like this applique flower right here. Gorge. I wish I would do a whole quilt with negative space and hand quilting. What? Oh, I wish she was here because she would totally be getting a high five from me right now. Oh, that excited me. You guys know I get excited about quilts. Why would I walk back down the same aisle that's not helpful. That wasn't helpful. Let me be helpful.
I'm gonna do another black and white quilt.
Yes, black and white.
Do you like them?
A little bit. I'm a little bit of a black and white girl.
I like it too. I love them. I don't like splashes of color in it, but then sometimes I just
Want black and white. I just finished a black, well, sort of. Yeah, I did just finish a black and white.
I do.
All right, guys, here we are. Hand quilted, handmade. This is by Zena Thorpe. You guys already know. We saw the whole exhibit of Zena Thorpe. Her exhibit is actually here too. But she won second place for this one. Hand done. Hand done. Look at Zena. You better go, Zena. All right. And we are going to do a sweep here and get to this guy. You know I like a Christmas quilt. I don't know that this is a Christmas quilt. I've just said that it's a Christmas quilt. Oh, good, it's called Holiday Splendor. Look at all the Swarovskis and the gold thread. Anybody who's worked with metallic thread knows that it's not nice. It can be very mean to you. So the fact that this person did an entire quilt threaded with gold thread, I'm here for it. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I'm tickled by this one. The border. Did I get you guys in on the border? This is by Inger Blood. Where blocks meet, there's an on-point white block with appliqued red birds. Oh, it's a pineapple. I'm now just looking at the block. Oh, the center is surrounded by a white border with meandering vines and birds, finished with a scalloped green border. Most quilting is in metallic thread. There are thousands of crystals throughout. Yes, I know, right? These sparkles are hitting too, which makes me think they're legit. I'm not saying that people be using glass. Just saying that sometimes when I see people incorporate stones in their quilts, I don't know. They're probably doing the best that they can, so no judgment. It's just that in a camera, it's hard to capture them, and you don't want to just capture little rocks on your quilt. So if you're using Swarovskis, try to use the best, which would be Swarovski. I think you can get some Preciosa that are right up there. They're probably the same, but ooh, this is nice. Off my tangent, Andrea Brokenshire. This is in the pictorial large category, one of my other favorite categories. I like them. I don't know why I like pictorial large quilts, but I do. Not one that I would ever try at this point in time in my life, though. This is Carol Burke, Always in Bloom. Look at this. Look at the shading. This one is in the Andrea Brokenshire. Look at all that. It's amazing. And here's the guy that won first. Now, didn't we see this in... Didn't we see this guy at Road? I don't know. Lynn Cusbon. 2 photographs by Ben Schaum. Do you feel like he's just sitting here on the bench looking at us? First place in the large pictorial. Really like this too. This is by Leanne Hillman. I like it. My favorite is the color of something that probably has spilled on the road there. It looks like a painting, shouldn't it? It does. I think so too. I think this one does. There are a couple over here that are standouts for me. Not that they're not all awesome, but this one right here looks like a painting. I think they did an excellent job. And this is by Nancy Heschelberger. Definitely awesome sauce. And yes, it's the water. I feel like this water is really flowing. And it looks like it was done without paint. I'm not 100% sure. There are some that are here that have incorporated paint. And I feel like that is a different talent. I feel like it should be judged differently. That's me, and I'm going to do a whole video about judging and what our questions about judging should be, because I think that there's something, you guys know, moving fabric under your hands under a domestic machine on a large quilt is a different skill than using a long arm. We know that. We know that. Moving the long arm using your body, which is a gross motor skill, is different than using your fine motor skills, which is drawing. And there's some conversation to be had. But we'll talk. We'll talk. You guys look at that. That's a quilt. What? What? Isabel Munoz. Bueno. So for me, it's the use of a gradated fabric. You guys know how I feel about that. Look at this gradation. This person really understands how to use color, shadow. Look at the shadow. Yep, here for it. That's special. Go ahead, Isabel. And this one here is by Hiroko Miyama. Colorful doggy. All right, let's keep it pushing. Anybody know what time it is in Texas? Okay. This is pretty. This is called Flowers by Nazawa Noriko. 6:24. Okay, perfect. So we've got 30 minutes. This one took a favorite. Oh, look at the fish. Is this an underwater thing? You guys know how I feel about a fish. Oh, look at the metallic fabric. This one, Judge's Choice Award. Oh gosh, I cannot do it, you guys. I don't really understand this. I can read it to you. When I say I don't understand it, I don't. So I know what it makes me feel, and I think it's exceptional. But let me read it to you. It says, this is a gallery of inhabitants from Quiltar. This harmonious community includes fox warrior protector, think Jason Momoa, which is probably why, I don't know. Fox warrior protector, a woman with boat, loves the lake. Point Dexter teaches the children. Flathead philosopher, big belly, always has a smile. These images were created by eliminating sections of original textile designs based on abstract threadwork. You guys have to see the color in person. These are so cool. Here we go. It's just something different, and I can only get so close. They have these back quite far, and I get it. However, I just want to understand if this is thread work or if it's colored fabric, and I'm not sure, but there's something very special about this piece in my opinion. I don't know. Again, I can't quite understand it, but I'm drawn to it. Okay, let me see. There's another one over here that won second place. So with this one, she used paint in her process. I feel like that is amazing because I can't, but, and I do understand shadowing and whatnot would be a whole lot easier. This is done by Melissa Sabotka. I can't do it, but it's, it's different. It's different. And this is in the Pictorial. So to achieve leaves with fabric is a different skill than achieving it with paint. Both deserve to be, I just think that they should possibly go in separate categories. Maybe not. You guys let me know what you think. I think that's exceptional and it's beautiful and I love it. Oh, here's Jane. You guys know what happens when I see Jane, I get excited. One of my absolute favorite pieces because of the top. Oh gosh, guys, Jane. If I saw Jane, it would be like if I saw Tula. Like, you guys would be like, why is she embarrassing herself? She's kind of embarrassing us. Like, Max, stop it. Like, knock it off. That's why Jane won't come anywhere near me. Just kidding. This is what Jane said. Please stay away from me. Please stop saying my name. Just kidding. she actually was very gracious about the quilt that was inspired. Um, it should be okay, Judy. So I'm not crazy, right? So I'm not crazy because sometimes I think I'm crazy, and I can understand why people might think that I'm crazy. But I think that painting on fabric is a different skill than using the fabrics to tell the complete story. Okay. Did I get up on this? It's the chocolate in the back for me, right? Like that's tone on tone. That's simply texture. She did all that work just for it to slide in the background. I'm doing another Jane inspired quilt because I had so much fun doing the one that I did, which you guys were very nice about. But I used the wrong interfacing. Otherwise, I totally could have entered that quilt and possibly in the modern category, in my mind, in the modern category, I might have been able to do well. Look at this big old quilt. K Facet 85 and fabulous. He is fabulous. I didn't lay my eyes on him, but he was here. Oh, guys, my feet are finally starting to hurt. They haven't hurt all day. This is a sampler quilt.
There she is.
Sampler quilt.
Okay.
These all look like they were done by the same person, maybe? They feel like they're in a collection by... No, they're done by different people. Feathered Tulips and Vases by Nancy Ratliff. Okay, Debbie, so I'm not crazy. Okay. Yep. All right. Good stuff. Okay. Okay. I also think there needs to be a separate category for long arm versus domestic. I think there should be long arm self-driven, long arm digital, domestic digital, domestic driven. You guys know I'm right. Let's just be real. Let's just call a spade a spade. I am a digital quilter. I know that. I am not driving a long arm or a domestic good enough to get results that should be entered into a competition. However, there are people who can. There are people who can drive the heck out of those machines. And I don't feel like they should be in the same category with somebody who's digitally doing it. But I think that digital is still amazing too. To be able to come up with the concept, to make it sing, use your thread changes. But we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it. We're going to call a spade a spade. We are going to call that spade a spade. And that just gives more people opportunities to stand out because, you know, somebody who finishes a quilt themselves and somebody who quilts by check to somebody who can drive a machine or digitally enhance their stuff, you know, should that go up against somebody who is completely done their own and self-driven? That's different. It's a different talent. This is the joy of handwork, sponsored by Quilter Select. You guys know I'm obsessed with Quilter Select. This is hand done, whole cloth. Look at those tiny little flowers. Those are three-dimensional flowers. This is by Zena Thorpe. Y'all know how I feel about Zena Thorpe. Wow, you know you are a quiltress. Oh, you guys, there's nobody in this section. I am alone with Zena Thorpe's collection, and I just want to, I don't know, what do you do? Like, just run around and scream and say, I'm in here? Should I roll around? Should I do a cartwheel? This is my favorite. These are all by Zena Thorpe. This is my absolute favorite by her. Judy, so much work. So much work. So much work. Zena's still alive. I just saw her. Like, these are quilts that I assume takes a lifetime for people to finish. And I wish that I had stopped and not been a chicken and talked to her a little bit, because I need to know how the questions that people ask. Over on TikTok, I have a video going viral, And there are a few questions that people have been asking, one of which is, how long does something like this take? That's such a reasonable question. The next one is this done by machine or done by hand? I can't wait to show people these that are just done by hand. And then the next question is, how much does something like this cost? So, had a chance to have a conversation with the person who won the show. Let's just play a game. You guys saw the quilt. It was the one with the, that's more about value. I said we'd have to talk about it later. It won. How much do you think she wants for that quilt? Because we talked about it. I was like, let's talk price. Let's just have the conversation. And her first thing was like, I wouldn't. She's like, I wouldn't sell it. She said, unless the price was right. I said, yeah. I said, but one of the other questions that people have been asking is how much, as though they could buy something like this. And you know what? If a video has, let's say, 500,000 views, maybe 1 million views, 10% of those people probably could afford it. So let's talk about it. The quilt that I'm referring to, Best in Show, the overall winner of this entire competition, took 6,000 hours to make. There are 4,000 square pieces that make up the quilt. Each of those has 50 small pieces within it. How much do you think that quilt should go for? I've given you all the information that you need. 6,000 hours to make it, 4,000 pieces. Each piece has 49 pieces within it, within the square, so each square. Come on, shout it out. 18 people in here, I want to see 18 answers. Don't be shy. We're just throwing them out there. We're just throwing out the numbers. 6,000. Okay, so you're saying 10,500 for the quilt. The quilt took home 12,000. So it right off the bat, it won 12,500. Okay, Judy. Okay. All right, who else? Anybody else got anything? Let's do this first. Okay, so Judy, you're saying 100,000. Okay, Debbie, you're saying 25,000. Anybody else got anything? Because I'm going to tell you the answer. And then I'm going to tell you why. What is this? This is In Full Bloom, sponsored by Orifil. I like thread challenges because it forces you to use thread, not the same old thread. Anybody else want to guess how much she would sell that quilt for? Again, it took her 6,000 hours to make. And there are 4,000 little blocks. Time and materials come in. Yep. Not wrong. You're not wrong. Anybody else want to guess? Are you all shouting out numbers at your houses? All right, so the first thing I said, so I'm having a conversation with this woman, and I said, I don't know. I said I was telling people that the other quilt that's on TikTok that's going viral right now, I was telling people would ask me, I said upwards of 10,000. And after having a conversation with the woman who won the quilt con, I thought, well, that math ain't mathin'. Because she said, well, think about 6,000 hours plus what you make it work. And I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't put that together. And I have a whole video on how much should quilts cost. And in that video, on the low end, not even $20 an hour, but let's just say $20 an hour for 6,000 hours, it is not $10,000. That would be closer to $120,000. And that's being paid $20 an hour. So she was talking $240, $300. And I get it. I absolutely get it for her to part with that. And she has clients out there. There's somebody who can swing that. There are people out there who can swing that without batting an eye and would. People pay that kind of money for Basquiat's and whatnot. And hey, I am not mad at her. Okay, so we are at the Cherrywood challenge. This is the one that won second place by Terry Bond. And the challenge was graffiti. So if you guys aren't familiar with Cherrywood, they give you a palette. You purchase the palette, and that enters you into this competition. So everybody's using the same color palette. Everybody is using the same, I think it's 24 by 24 square dimensions. And then the challenge was graffiti this year. So what do you guys think? You think that's fair? 120,000. Yeah. For 6,000 hours of work. It took her 3 years to do it. To complete it. Okay. Look at these. Oh, I love them. I love the Cherrywood challenges. I live for these. I didn't know that they come here before. I don't see these until Road to California. And I've been able to see the Princess Diana one in person. Oh, I should show you guys this one. This one won Judge's Choice. I like this guy. And then this one won Judge's Choice too. Who were we talking about? Was I still going off about a $300,000 quilt? Was I still on a tangent about that? But I get it. I get it. And I think she's not wrong. She's not wrong. And we always talk about people won't pay us what a quilt is worth. Well, are we pricing them appropriately? Are we loving on them the way that we should? Are we appreciating them the way that we do other forms of art? Because she did the work. We've seen it, and it's exceptional. And hers is impeccable. Wait until you see the video where I go into detail about how it comes together. Because it's not traditional in the sense of color. It's a value story. And that's working in my mind past color. I probably sound crazy to you guys. Here we go. Ooh. This one, 5th place. Don't you love the ribbons for the Cherrywood? I do. I just want a ribbon. Staff's Choice. Some of your aunt's crochet work sells for over 1,000. That's what I'm talking about. How long does it take her to do it? When they sell them for $100, yeah, don't sell your quilts for $100. Don't sell a quilt that's not. There are some quilts that I make that are not what I would consider to be masterpiece quilts. However, the one that I just did, if I were going to sell that quilt, granted I used the wrong interfacing, but that quilt took me a month to do, which is now outside of my usual. They'd have to pay for that. And I know that that quilt is a different kind of quilt. That quilt is the kind of quilt that makes everybody at the quilt guild go quiet when they see it. That was a good one. That might be the best thing that I ever do. Maybe. And I'd want a pretty penny for it to get off of that. This one won 4th place. This one won 1st place. Oh, look at the thread painting on that. Oh, that, yeah, 1st place for a reason. All right. Okay, where are we going now? Fine gauge yarn. All right, guys. Is it 7 o'clock? It is just about 7 o'clock. We made it. Now, did we see all the quilts? No. Was I able to tell you everybody's name? No. But did we see some amazing quilts together? I think we did. I think we did. Let's go back and end this live on a $300,000 quilt. Let's do it. I am all for mixed media. I want people to try new things. I want to see different things at quilt shows. And so there's a quilt over here that's lit up. I'm not mad about it. It's different. It's very different. Oh, you're welcome, Judy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna take you guys with me. Now, I don't do vendors because vendors don't always like. Ooh, this is thread. Wow. Oh, this is by Shinhi Shin. What's that say? All vendors don't love when you just come by and have your camera all in their patterns and whatnot because people steal. So we're going to be respectful of that, but I think I am going to walk down to show you guys somebody that I know won't mind. First place. Whoop, whoop, look at the color. What colors, oranges are those? So vibrant, so beautiful. It won first place in the machine quilting, and this is sponsored by Bernina. It's clean. I wonder if this is on a Q24 or like a 780 or 740. I don't even know the names. You know what I'm saying? I want to know. How did you do it? Ooh. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I don't know that because it was sponsored by Bernina, that it had to be done on a Bernina. I think that's just Bernina sponsored it.
I'll check a bit more and let you know what time
Contemporary artistry, 5,000. Innovative artistry, 5,000. Susan Devaney. Why would they put this yellow light on this quilt? Why is the light yellow? It's strange. I don't know what color this is because the lights are yellow. You guys see those lights? Why was I trying to show you the lights? That's silly. This is by Roberta Langar-Mersney. Said you charge $85 for 3 pounds of soap. As you should. Here's the quote right here. 300,000. Let's do it. Let's do it. I was trying to ear hustle. Somebody felt like they had some knowledge about that quilt, but all right, I'm gonna just show you guys really quickly what the show floor looks like before they close it down, which they are getting ready to do. Right, we're gonna go down here and we're gonna make a right. You guys see the 3-yard quilt booth? 3-yard quilts. Fran and Donna are actually in there right now, talking to people, greeting people, hanging out with their customers. Shout out to them for doing it. There's Cherrywood.
That's my job. Oh,
right here at the corner, but that is not where we're going. But we love Cherrywood. Look at all that Cherrywood lusciousness. Cherrywood. Woo-hoo. I love them. She's got such a good sense of color. Okay. Here we are. We are going to end with something a little racy. Here, you guys familiar with Legit Kits? They are my favorite foundation piece designers. They are newer and they're awesome.
So it was not her son.
And I'm
it was
obsessed.
her ex-husband's son.
And they're having a conversation in there.
But they love each
I'm
other.
gonna do the buck. The buck is happening. We're doing the buck. We're doing the skull. And then my very favorite of all time, this guy right here. The type. What? Bam! Oh, nice.
Old school.
Yeah, nice. Yes, love it. All right, guys, we're gonna end the video right here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Again, my favorite foundation piecer of all times. All right. If you guys have any questions or you guys want me to go back, let me know. Send it to me. Send me a DM. Send me something. And I'll try to see if I can capture it for you. Again, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys on the next one.